Yeah, I mean, just being able to have kind of a contiguous layer of data that everybody can see that's real time. It seems like we've stumbled or, engineered a pretty cool tool in this E.M.U calendar. Why is it so good? Or why do you think it's kind of it could be a game changer for a digital marketing operation?
Yeah, so the E.M.U calendar actually wasn't something that we kind of created for any other reason other than we had a need for something and this was how we were solving it. So we work
Nice.
with many clients on their deployments, and there were meetings happening and there are emails that float back and forth, and we decided, let's simplify this. You have the homemade type calendar. Well, this is a homemade calendar, but it really has everything you need to facilitate the communication between the production team and the content team. But the difference between the content and getting that prepared and going through that process and getting your approvals and getting that written doesn't mean that it has to have anything to do with the production side. And that's where the E.M.U calendar really comes in. So you have columns for all of your important production needs. You have your status, whether it's something that you're currently concepting, it's something that's new, it's in review, or it's out for proofing. You have your launch time, your email name, which might be the email name in Salesforce Marketing Cloud, and then you have your audience details and many other columns that you may need for your specific needs. So yeah, everything is right there in front of you from a production manager standpoint. You really can't ask for anything else. You shouldn't have to have a ton of calls uh, going over information that might be irrelevant from a production side of things. Definitely not irrelevant from a content side of things. Very important. But that's the difference between the content and the production side of things, and why a calendar for the production is so important. You would say, it's just a Google Sheet. Why is it so special, right? That really
Mhm.
is, yeah, that really is the magic as to why it is so special, because it's just a Google Sheet. Obviously, there's a lot behind it that's running the engine, but it's open source and allows for that collaboration.
Yeah, and that's one of the really cool things about this is, it is open source, it's out there, it's free. We've gotten a lot of really good feedback on it so far. Let's define, what does it look like to have a bad email calendar? Like, sometimes you don't know what you don't know. Sometimes maybe there's people out there that have been working with the same email calendar for years and they think it's fine, right? It's like, I got a flip phone. It works fine, but you don't know that you're missing out on this wonderful iPhone or this wonderful Android phone or whatever it is. There's many, many iterations of better technology. So, like, how do you know you're working with a bad email calendar? And then what is it like to move over to a good email calendar from that?
How do you know you're working with a bad email calendar is when you see mistakes throughout the entire process. You see emails going back and forth. And like I said before, you see daily meetings. Things are on only on a calendar format, no quick view in terms of from the production team. And on the outside of that, when the email gets deployed, there may be mistakes there too. And if you
Mm-hmm.
have a good email calendar, it's going to kind of take all of that and it's going to condense it down in a way that everybody on your team is on the same page. Everyone knows what's
Mm.
happening at any given time. And everyone, can see that information in real time as they need. And a good email calendar, what it's going to do is it's going to decrease the amount of meetings that you need to have. I mean,
Wait,
if you're going to
what?
ask me, yeah, if you're going to ask me what the most important thing is with a good email calendar, is that it's going to make your life more efficient and it's going to decrease the amount of meetings that are needed, which ultimately turns into higher profit, right?
Yo, that's everything. I mean, if I mean that's a huge, huge selling point. Just that in it, just that alone, decrease the amount of meetings you need with your marketing team to talk about emails. I mean, gosh, that's fantastic.